Welcome to Salad with a Side of Fries. I'm your host, Jenn Trepeck, talking wellness and weight loss for real life. We're here to clear up the myths, misinformation, bad science, and marketing to teach you how to eat and how to cheat. Are you ready? I'm having salad with a side of fries. This week, we're talking about clear protein soda. So a couple weeks ago, my friend Alyssa texted me and said, "What do you think about protein seltzer?" And if you're a longtime listener, you know that you probably know exactly what I said. I replied that they're probably unnecessary because I fully believe that we do not need protein in every single thing we consume. And I also said, send me the label. So she sent me a link to two different products that were sparkling water with protein. One of the brands, Clean Simple Eats, had the nutrition info pretty easy to find. So I took a quick look, replied to her, and then I added it to my list for us to look at together. So here we are. This is clear protein soda from Clean Simple Eats. So the company was founded by Erica and JJ. They say, and I'm just quoting them, it says, "Our goal is to create supplements that are undeniably clean, 100% delicious, and meant to be enjoyed every day." In their, the story of the founders, we learned that Erica had postpartum depression after her third child and decided to do sort of a complete health reset that included moving away from everything processed. And then that became sort of her passion. Her husband, JJ, joined her in building this company. They now have 100 products and counting. So today we're focusing on their clear protein soda. So shout out to Alyssa. Again, thank you for this one. So the marketing on the clear protein soda says advanced recovery, gentle on digestion, clearly superior. Then it says 20 grams of protein from 100% grass-fed whey, ultra-filtered protein, non-GMO, gluten-free, nothing artificial, low lactose, zero sugar, third-party tested, and highest ingredient standards. So they compare this clear protein soda to regular soda, which means certainly it has more protein, less sugar. They say the sweetener is stevia leaf extract versus high fructose corn syrup, fewer calories, and they say the taste is sweet and refreshing versus sugary sweet. Now, I look specifically at the cherry lime flavor. It says a tangy sweet chiller with a wild side. Cherry lime clear protein soda is packed with 20 grams of grass-fed whey protein isolate in every serving. Undeniably clean, 100% delicious, made to enjoy every day. Increase your protein intake, fuel your day, and feel your best. Looking at the nutrition facts. So serving size is 1 can. We have 90 calories, 0 grams of fat, 5 milligrams of sodium, 2 grams of total carbs, of which there's 0 grams of sugar, 0 grams of added sugar, and 20 grams of protein. The ingredients read filtered water, grass-fed whey protein isolate, natural flavors, Malic acid, citric acid from cassava, natural L+ tartaric acid, stevia leaf extract, Reb A in parentheses, Reb M as OnoSweet, the trademarked ingredient, then mushroom extract to preserve quality and carbonation. So it's interesting to me, they're using Reb M. So this is a sweetener derived from stevia. So technically their sweetened with stevia line isn't wrong. With that said, for some people, the Reb M might be a deal breaker. It is 200 to 350 times sweeter than sugar. So we've talked about it before in other nutrition nuggets. The ultra-filtered protein is probably, I'm guessing here, but I think it's probably similar to the Oath Clear protein drinks that we looked at, where they've marketed it like a juice, so that lighter consistency. And so it's sort of that more liquid consistency versus like a typical protein shake with some viscosity. So I'm guessing that's what they're using here also. The L-malic acid is your sour flavor. Citric acid and L-tartaric acid are also probably for flavor, and they can act like a preservative. So maybe they're doing some double duty there. The 20 grams of protein is a little less than about like 3 ounces of a cooked meat in terms of how much protein we're getting. So that's really a snack size. And price-wise, so on their site, it's $36 for a 12-pack, which is like $3 each. If you get it on subscription, it comes down about 45 cents per can, more or less. So I wonder what you're paying for soda where you live. I think where I live, that's pretty on par with buying a soda somewhere out. It would certainly be more than buying, a club soda that I'm drinking at home. But all in, I think if you really want protein in your soda, okay. To me, it's always a question of this as opposed to what. And I would couple that with what role is this playing in your overall nutrition? I would rather choose beverages with fewer/no sweeteners because even using stevia, no matter what the sweetener, drinking something that's giving us those sweet flavors can keep us addicted to sweet flavors. And it primes our taste buds such that over time, things like berries or fruit or tomatoes don't taste sweet. So I would rather do protein from typical protein sources throughout my day. And then if I really want flavor in my club soda, like I'll use frozen berries. I like to chew my protein more. So I'm not a hell no. I'm also not a hell yes. And I guess the beauty is each of us really gets to decide for ourselves. So there you have it. Clear protein soda. Well, as always, everybody, I'm your host, Jenn Trepeck. Connect with me on Instagram or all social media. I am at Jenn Trepeck, JENNTREPECK. Website is asaladwithasideoffries.com. Pick your platform, send a message. I love hearing from you, your takeaways, your ideas, your questions. This is also the easiest way to learn more about working with me as your coach. Dr. Aaron Hartman, thank you again for joining us this week.
It's great to be here. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you. And friends, if you are not already a member, join us in the Happy Healthy Hub. You'll go to asaladwithasideoffries.com/membership. This shows your support for this podcast, this community, and above all, your health. On top of this week's episode in full video with some behind the scenes content, your 24/7 Ask Me Anything on the community board. You'll get this week's recipe for zucchini lasagna roll-ups. Well, friends, that's it for today's episode of Salad with a Side of Fries. Congratulations for making yourself and your health a priority. Thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to click subscribe or follow on your favorite podcast platform. Share us with a friend, and we'll be back next week. Always remember, you deserve it, and you are worth it. Happy healthy.